The SaniTrend Cloud online data acquisition and management system is a software as a service that provides automated secure data acquisition and reporting of critical cleaning cycle information for the cleaning system. Leveraging the PTC Cloud, SaniTrend Cloud is revolutionizing how organizations capture data and unlock insights into their cleaning system operation. Today, we've partnered with PTC to discuss a few pressing questions about security in the cloud. Tom, introduce yourself if you would, and thanks for joining us.
Sure, Brian. So I'm Tom Raspin. I'm a vice president within our PTC Cloud organization with responsibility for security. So let me start by asking you a question. So at PTC, we often see customers approaching the cloud with a general idea of security risks, but they don't really have all the details or aren't sure of exactly what can be done to mitigate those risks. What risks do you see, and how have you thought about mitigating those?
That's a great question. There are a number of risks to be aware of when implementing a cloud solution. It's really about the right strategy. It's easy to mitigate those risks if you have the right strategy. We hear concerns about access, connection to the cloud, and then even how secure the data is once it's in the cloud. So let me ask you, starting with access, how do you think they can mitigate those risks?
Sure. So when you use a cloud solution, it's important to remember that you're making things available from public networks. It's really important that these things are managed properly. So one of the key areas is you want to decrease the number of people who can access the environment. So it's important to control the network traffic as best you can. And you also want to make sure that the servers within the environment have been scanned for vulnerabilities and that those vulnerabilities have been remediated. It's also important to properly manage the way in which you're leveraging the public cloud infrastructure. So we leverage tools that evaluate the way that we're using the public cloud and inform us if there are issues with the way that we're doing that so that we can remediate those and make sure that we've got the most secure cloud that we can. We also start with very strong policies and procedures, such as the ISO 27001 security standard, which identifies all the things that we need to have in place to maintain a secure environment. And then we're audited against through a SOC 2 Type 2 audit, which is a rigorous compliance measure, which is important to make sure that any cloud provider has that type of attestation from a reputable third-party auditor.
Wow, great. So if I'm putting myself in the shoes of an IT professional at one of our customers' locations, what do I need to know about connecting my machines to the cloud solution? And what risk is there of malware or bad actors?
Sure, opening up machines and networks to the internet is certainly a common concern. We know many people worry about the drastic effects like a plant being shut down. It's all about protecting the applications and data from the internet, as well as from other networks in the business. This is why it's important to isolate your machine and business networks. By establishing a separate machine network from your business network, malware and bad actors that may have infiltrated, in your business network somewhere won't be able to access the systems within the plant. Also, ensuring that there isn't bidirectional control. The cloud solution is connected to the control layers, but it shouldn't be a bidirectional control. Your machine network is only making outbound connections and doesn't accept incoming connections from the cloud. It's strictly a reporting system.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So let's talk about data security then. I've gotten my data to the cloud. What are my concerns with how secure my data is? Am I exposed to the broader internet?
Yeah, the risks around data are that someone outside of your organization or the wrong people within your organization can access that critical data. These worries are generally unfounded, however, because cloud data storage can actually be more secure than local storage, particularly when you start thinking about paper-based data management systems that you might have in your local system. Cleaning cycle reports within the cloud are more secure and available because of the redundancies that we have within the cloud, as well as the nightly backups that are performed, and that the fact that those backups then get geolocated across different locations in case there's a failure within the data center. So it's very unlikely that you would ever lose any of your data.
Well, that's great. Certainly answers a lot of questions for me, Tom. I appreciate it. And thanks for being with us today. Please join us again as we continue this series, speaking with Tom and learning more about how we keep our data secure in the cloud.